Now we are working on the next art section. This would be pages 67 to 83 in your packet. So again, follow along and you can highlight as we go. And we are now going to deal with Central Africa. So here, hello. All right, inhabited Central Africa for at least 100,000 years. They have a complete history, geography, culture. The worst of it, of course, is the slavery. It was a center of very powerful kingdoms such as the Lunda and Congo. Central Africa, the geography and cultures. So we are talking about Cameroon up here, Gabon right down here, Equatorial Guinea, which is between the two. Then we have Congo, which is the Congo Republic right here. Cabinda, which is this little one right here. The Democratic Republic of the Congo and Angola. Okay, so these are the ones you're talking about, not South Sudan that was included with the other one. I think that was Eastern. All right. So they're mainly Bantu speaking. There is a variety of social, religious, and political systems, including Congo, Fang, Chokwe, Yombe, and Cameroon grassland people. They were known for ag production, mainly root crops such as bananas and plantains. They would have, of course, rituals with initiation rites, veneration of the dead, and healing ceremonies. European influence. 1509 to 1507, Spaniard Leo Africanus visited West Africa more than once. He wrote a Geographical History of Africa, which was published in Italian in 1550 and in English in 1600. In his book, he tells of shops of artificers, merchants, and especially of such as weave linen and cotton cloth. Also talked about how there was corn, cattle, milk, and butter in great abundance. There was a rich king of Tombuto who keeps a magnificent and well furnished court. Here are doctors, judges, priests, and other learned men. And this book attracted others to come and visit, of course, mainly on the coast. And then between 15th and 19th centuries, it's the beginning of the slave trade. The end of the slave trade actually brought more exploration into Africa. So they came with explorers and missionaries. Advances in firearms were made, as well as transportation, communication, and medicine. And that's what made it easier, of course, to actually go exploring. So colonization started after the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, and that again was at Scramble for Africa. So Berlin Conference and Scramble, very important. Central Africa and post-colonial. After colonial ruled, Africa did not recover immediately. Environmental degradation, hunting led to extinction of some animals. Landscape was destroyed, and there was a suppression of peoples and traditions and religions. They tried to revive long lost cultural practices, but because the Europeans have been there for so long, they still retain some of those influences. You can't completely wash all of that away. The Congo people on the basin, they are Bantu, speak Kikongo. On the west coast from Pointe Noire in the Republic of Congo, south to Luanda in Angola. And these people settled during the Bantu migration, and there were different kingdoms: Congo, Kakongo, Ngoyo, Loango, and Fungu. Congo was the dominant, and they had a relationship with the Portuguese, which that came late in the 15th century. Some became Christian. They would trade in slaves, ivory, and textiles. Their height was in the 16th and 17th centuries, but by the 19th century, the region had split up. France took the northern portion, which would be the Republic of the Congo. The Portuguese were in the south in Angola, and the central became under Belgium control. That was the Democratic Republic of Congo. King Leopold II initiated Belgian rule in a Congo Free State in 1885, and the worst of the horrors of colonization took place there. Extreme violence. Belgians removed much of the art in the area, and in 1908 it was the official Belgian Congo until 1960. They continued to struggle and they maintained important aspects of their spiritual practice. And the one that we'll be talking about is the Nkandi. And you can see over here Congolese children mutilated under rule of Leopold II. Right? So often doing something, stealing something, this was very unfortunately common to chop someone's hand off. Nail figure, Congo culture. All right, a minkisi is a receptacle to house spirits, like a reliquary. So in this item, it would hold something that would be considered very important. Kavuno Simon would relieve and benefit people and make a profit. Would also visit, according to Kavuno Simon, these figures would also visit consequences upon thieves, witches, and those who steal. These Nkandi figures were properties of the Minkisi, and they could cause sickness or remove it. It's kind of, think of it like a voodoo doll, but not all bad. It was created by Banganga, spiritual leaders, who are considered healers and mediums. And in them would have spirits of the dead. They can heal and provide protection or inflict pain. And generally, it was a vessel, perhaps like a gourd, and it could be filled with a variety of materials, belongo or medicine. Sometimes it was animal parts, dirt, or fruit. So an Nkandi is a type of Minkisi. This is aggressive in nature, and the human form is the most frequent form used. Typically, they were used to discover and punish criminals. Nkande could avenge a wrong, and there was an invocation that people would say, Lord Mutina, open your ears, be alert. But if it is witchcraft, proceed. May his house and his family be destroyed. May they lose everything. Do you hear? And then people would drive a metal nail into the sculpture. And the more often an Nkandi was used, the more powerful it became. So here's an example. This is the nail figure. It is a male, and he has his hands on his hips. It is 46 inches tall, 18 and a half by 14 and a fourth. It was made of wood, very stocky with broad shoulders, thick legs and feet, and notice it's on two small blocks, and it seems to be leaning forward. And this could be a variety of roles. It could be a chief, a doctor, priest, judge. The Nkandi figure is supposed to be alert and award those. It would have a cap, such as was worn by a chief, and it symbolizes ancient esoteric wisdom. There was a knot at the crown uh, and marks at the navel of the head that allows the passage of the supernatural secrets to the chief. Double bracelets on the upper arm suggest power that could give and take life. The face is done well, it's very detailed. It has pierced ears, prominent eyebrows. The eyes are half circles of white shell and metal studs for the iris. The nostrils are incised and the mouth is open to show sharpened teeth. Screws, nails, and metal blades, anything used in civil matters. Metal here represents a ritual event. And it was also used to, you would also swear a vow or a pact to eliminate evil. So this represents socially unacceptable behavior. So it's trying to right wrongs. You'll notice that it has a large belly with a cowrie shell here. This would be the receptacle for the Nkandi's medicine. And at one time it had a beard made of resin, clay, or fiber, and a little straw hat. This was collected by missionary E. Visser in 1903 in late 19th century in the Shiloanga River. In this workshop, 12 other figures were produced. They were all bearded and all consistent in details. And Kandi figures have been made since the 16th century. And the nailed figures are primarily in the northern region during the 19th and 20th centuries. And this would be a very powerful demonstration of the Congo society. Okay, and we shall end here.